500 subscribers on my channel. Well, technically I hit 500 like 5 times, and every time I would hit 500 I would go back to the 490s and it would be so embarrassing. 5 freaking times. I had intended to reach 500 by my birthday, and it has been 2 months. Almost. Not 2 months, but sort of 2 months, 1.5 months since my birthday, and I'm finally at 500. More like I kept getting 500 and then I kept like losing subscribers, but today in the morning I saw that I have hit 500, so I thought, you know what, this is a sign. I should be filming this video today. As usual, I woke up super late, and because it is now November, sun is about to set, and I thought by the time I get ready, I'm gonna lose sunlight. In the time I would get ready, I would ideally shoot one whole video. So I thought, hey, here's an idea. How about I film a video while getting ready? So here is my channel's first Get Ready With Me. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna do. This is more like an emergency situation, hence we are here, but let's do it. I asked you guys on Twitter to send me questions for my 500 subscribers. Yay to all of you who asked me questions. Also, a quick disclaimer, all these products that you're seeing over here, most of them came today morning. Yeah. So the situation is not ideal because I'm using most of them for the first time and I'm doing it on camera. Let's see how this goes. This is less like a get ready with me and more like a let's discover getting ready with me. So let us dive in. So my first question, or my first set of questions, I mean I did see all these questions before but I don't remember them, so my first set of questions is from Fana, who is the blogger behind Fana for Books. I'm going to link her blog in the description down below. So, hi Fana, I hope you're seeing this right now. You're the best. One thing you love and one thing you dislike about BookTube. Fana is diving straight into the tea. One thing I love and one thing I dislike about BookTube. What I love about BookTube is that I can be myself completely. I wonder if you can hear the of my spray. I do love blogging. In fact, the last couple of months I have been pretty active on my blog, but I would primarily describe myself as a booktuber right now because I can be myself completely on BookTube. I do love to talk, so it gives me a great platform to just start babbling as I'm doing just right now. Back when I was starting off, I found like the community to be super intimidating. Don't ask me why, I just did. Since I started working seriously with BookTube first, I mean my book blog was there, but I wasn't really serious about it initially. Right now I am. I loved how welcoming the community was and how quickly I made friends, which I did not expect. Let me be real with you. I did not expect to make so many friends in such a short amount of time. One thing that I dislike about BookTube is that it is clearly not for everyone. I don't know, I haven't made up my mind whether it is for me or not, but it is not for everybody, especially if you are international and you are like not American, Canadian, based in the UK, or like other certain European countries or Australia. It is definitely difficult for you to sort of get a large following in a short amount of time. In that way, I think I was a little bit lucky. This is like a lot to unpack. I'm gonna make a whole other video about it when I do 1 year on BookTube, because I think that I do need a lot more experience before I can talk about this. It is definitely really difficult. I'm not saying that you should not do it. I'm just saying that BookTube has a long way to go in terms of like, it is very welcoming, but there are certain barriers. Okay, I'm using this product for the first time. It is my leave-in conditioner. Before this, I would just like do the mousse and that is it. Do the mousse. Use the mousse. And that would be it. But this is the first time I'm actually using so many products. Anyway, did I answer my question or did I completely go off topic? I was gonna say that, yeah, if you are trying to get into BookTube, like the BookTube community of your country, then sure, it's great, it's amazing. But if you're trying to tap into like the larger BookTube audience, you know, the larger science fiction or the young adult or adult BookTube, then it is definitely slightly more challenging. I mean, I won't say that it is not welcoming. Most people are super amazing. It's just a bit difficult. It's not easy, that's all. So that is one thing that I do like about BookTube, that I dislike about BookTube, is that there are certain barriers. Fana's next question is one book you discovered through someone and now it's one of your favorites. The Poppy War. It was recommended by almost all of my friends, especially Nandini and Krisha. And even though V is not my friend, they also, like, I follow them quite a bit, so it was kind of recommended to me through them. I ended up absolutely loving it. In fact, I cannot wait to read The Dragon Republic, which is part of my birthday book haul. I don't know why I am revealing the books of my birthday book haul before, but like, it was on my Insta story, so it's fine. Next question is process before and after filming. Do you write a script or structure, and how much time does editing take for you? Pre-filming process is absolutely zero. I just go in with an idea. Most of my videos are completely unscripted, including this one, because I just think that if I keep looking at a script, it disturbs my flow. I've always been a very spontaneous speaker, so no, I do not use a script for most of my videos. There are going to be some upcoming discussion videos which will have to be scripted, because otherwise I will go completely off topic, but most of them, no, not scripted. Editing takes up a lot of my time because my videos are unscripted, because since I just go off on tangents and I do a lot of ums and uhs, it takes up a lot of my footage, so I spend a lot of time in editing and then I hate myself. So let's use my curl cream for the first time. It's still sealed. Oh my god, this can go either way. If it doesn't work, am I gonna do I have to film this whole video again? I hope I don't. Now the seal isn't coming off, so I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Come on! It's off. Okay, so this is done. Anyway, what was the question again? Oh, I answered it. Moving on to the next question. Who inspire you? A lot of people on BookTube and even on in the book blogging community inspire me. Some of them include Fadwa, who is an amazing booktuber. One of my friends, Eric, he recently hit 2,000 subscribers, and I'm going to link his channel in the description down below. So Murphy really inspires me, Elliot Brooke really inspires me, Daniel Green really inspires me. I mean, I really like Daniel's channel and I really like his fantasy news format. Being a fantasy reader myself, he reads more of epic fantasy and adult fantasy. I read more of YA fantasy, at least at this point, but hopefully one day, I don't know, maybe I would want to do something like what he does. I don't know, maybe someday, because I really enjoy his videos and his formats, and I really like Murphy, and I really like her reviews, and I think they're super in-depth. So yeah, I really like these people. They are extremely inspirational. And of course there's Fadwa, who's been my number one inspiration since I joined the bookish community earlier this year. So that concludes Fana's questions. Let us move on to some other questions. What's something that you didn't expect to love about BookTube? I guess the sense of community. As I said before, I was very pleasantly surprised by the community and how accepting it was, because I did not expect it. I expected people to be a bit more intimidating, and they really weren't. They were super amazing, super helpful, and I loved it. What are some of your favorite songs? Currently, anything by the band Parvaz, I really like them. But apart from that, I'm listening to a lot of K-pop, especially Blackpink. I do think that if you like listening to just songs and don't really care about which language it's in, you should definitely check Parvaz out. I love it. I love the band. I love their music. I love Coldplay. Coldplay, and who else do I like? Yeah, off the top of my head, these are the people that I really enjoy listening to. I really have no idea how my hair is going to turn out today. Do you have a favorite book quote? I need to think about it. I am not the best at remembering book quotes. Every time I think of a book quote, the only one that comes to mind is "For You 1,000 Times Over," which is from The Kite Runner, and I think by Khaled Hosseini. So if you haven't read it, you should totally read it because that book is amazing. Khaled Hosseini is a brilliant writer and you should definitely read his books. Do not laugh at me right now. Question is, what kind of representation would you like to see more of in books? Anything. As Tammy from Tammy Tries to Read said, anything which is not white and Europe centered. I would love to see it. I would love to see more Indian representation, of course, because hi, I'm Indian. I would love to see Muslim representation a lot because hi, I'm Muslim. I would like to see a lot of Asian representation because hi, India is in Asia. But really, I would like to see anything which is not the norm right now. So right now the norm is very a particular part of Europe only. I would like to see a lot of African representation. I would like to see a lot of Middle Eastern representation. I would like to see a lot of things that are just can be explored a lot more. I would like to see them explored a lot more because I would like to see Persian mythology. My book has my current work in progress does have some Persian mythology in it. So yeah, there is just so much to kind of experiment with and to sort of discover. Sorry for that sound. My finishing product. So I'm done, guys. Mostly my hair is mostly done. And now we will soon find out whether I applied the products correctly or not. The next question is, tell us your origin story. When did you decide to start the channel and why? I have been wanting to start a channel for years. I would try to record videos and then I would realize how awkward I was and then I would delete those videos. I would have started this channel 2 years ago if it hadn't been for that reason. But okay, I started now because lockdown and I had literally nothing else to do, as is a lot of origin stories, how they go, especially in 2020. But yeah, that was mine and here I am 6 months later at 500 subscribers. So yay. And I'm done. I'm not gonna touch my hair anymore. It is time for the makeup. So next question, what would you say is your channel's biggest hit? It would have to be the Bookweaver's Daughter review. I think it was a rant review. It was my channel's first rant review and it was done with B. I'm gonna be linking her blog in the description down below. B was super fun and I had so much fun just ranting about the book with her, and it was an instant hit. It's one of my biggest videos, but my personal favorite of my channel is definitely going to be South Asian interview thingy. I just had so much fun filming it and it's probably one of my most creative videos out there. So yeah. Next question, what are your favorite books of all time? What books would you recommend to your younger self? My favorite book of all time is going to be 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini is my favorite book of all time, and that is never going to change. Yeah, it's about Afghanistan and the struggles of certain women in Afghanistan. I just think that it was beautifully written and I love the book a lot. Which book would I recommend to my younger self? Hold on, just a minute, hold on. Star Daughter by Shweta Thakrar. I think that this was an amazing Desi read for young readers, and if you haven't read it, you should definitely read it. Yeah, Star Daughter, I wish I had this growing up when I was a kid, so that I could see myself represented in a book in just a fun, whimsical read. The next question, what inspired you to start BookTube? I basically wanted to build an audience for myself. As you guys know, I'm a writer. So I've been wanting to start a channel for a very long time. And then during lockdown, I started reading a lot again. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm just gonna reconnect with the booktube community, with like the bookish community I started back in 2018. And I did not really continue it properly, and I thought I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna talk about books because I've always been such a bookworm. This sunlight is making me look like a ghost, but okay. I've always loved reading, and I thought, okay, let us see how that works out if I just start a channel and I start talking about books. So what inspired me to start booktube was reading. My love for reading inspired me to start booktube. The next question, what are some challenges you've experienced while on booktube? I think the plateaus of the channel, for example, I hit 500 subscribers back in September, and it is now November and I'm still at 500 subscribers because people keep unsubscribing. That is a huge challenge because it is so demotivating. And I know that I have this, like, I keep telling people every time people are like, oh no, I lost subscribers, I tell them that, hey, it's okay, you gotta work for the people who did not leave. And that is a pretty positive attitude that I have, but it also sucks. Like, it sucks when people unsubscribe because it is so demotivating. And it's also demotivating when you think about how, like, people who started with you are like miles ahead of you in terms of the channel, which is fine. It's just a challenge, and it's not easy to grow very quickly. There will be moments when you plateau, just like I have plateaued right now, but I think it is the passion that keeps us going, because it's definitely not easy. YouTube is not an easy platform to grow in. None of the platforms are actually easy to grow in. YouTube is just one of them. So yeah, definitely a challenge to sort of, when you plateau and then when you look at people who started with you and they're like miles ahead of you. I mean, it's great for them, and it's not like it actively bothers me, but it's okay. I mean, we'll get there someday, hopefully. The next question is, if you could redo one video on your channel, what would it be? I don't think I would redo any video because I work a lot on every single video, and I think I'm pretty satisfied with how every single one of them has turned out. I don't know if you can hear the buzzing, but I'm getting text. Next question, booktube goals for 2021. To reach 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to my channel, people, please. But yeah, definitely, is that frizz? Go away. But yeah, definitely 1,000 subscribers, more if possible. Again, can't tell with the whole plateauing and the unsubs, but I'm definitely going to try super hard. So with that, I have officially concluded my Q&A for my 500 subscribers. So if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe for it. I'm also done with like my getting ready part. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was a fun video for you. I hope you got to know me a little bit better, and I hope that my hair doesn't look like absolute shit. We're gonna find out in the next video, or maybe in the video after that. It's probably gonna be wet for a while now, so let's see. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to comment, if you have more questions for me, go ahead, leave them in the comment down below. Maybe I will use them when I reach 1,000 subscribers, and for that you will obviously have to subscribe, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on my blog, Myths and Misadventures. All links are in the description down below. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, folks, and bye.